J&J.
Oh my god. Hold on. Wait. Okay.
Awesome!
So good. Great movie adaptation of a book. I'm ready.
Okay. Hi, it's Shannon.
And Marquita.
And this is Afterthoughts. And today we are talking Hunger Games Catching Fire. So, Marquita, you want to run down a quick recap or start off our review?
Well, first of all, this is a spoiler alert. If you have not yet seen the movie or read the book Hunger Games Catching Fire, and you do not want to be ruined on any plots or storylines, you might want to cut the video off now, because our review will have spoiler alerts of the movie. And also a little pointer that we like to point out, I read the Catching Fire book and Shannon has not. So we're reviewing this from two different point of views for the people who have not read the book and for the people who have read the book. So I'm going to have Shannon actually summarize, start off the movie and how she felt. Due to the fact, now let's put this out here, Shannon did not like the first Hunger Games movie.
Hated
the book. You did like the book,
I
right?
enjoyed
The story itself. So she does still know the author's language.
Yeah.
So, because she did read the first book, so she does still know the language of the author.
Sis, I just couldn't... Ain't nobody got time for the second and third book, sorry. But, yes, as Marquita stated, I hated the first movie. As soon as the credits rolled, I turned to Marquita and I was like, that was terrible. And I was hoping she was with me on board on that, but she did. She loved the movie. She loved the first one.
I thought it was awesome. Great movie adaptations to books.
I did not think the adaptation was amazing. If you didn't read, well, that's the first one, but we're
past that.
All right,
Let's
so
get to the new
didn't
stuff.
read the book. Was totally engrossed from the first time we see Katniss in this film. So I wasn't too keen on her hair though. For some reason, it was just too dark for her pale complexion. But that's neither here nor there.
I completely agree. I thought it was a lot darker than usual.
Yeah, it was like 1B this time.
yeah. They did like jet black.
It was like 1B. But we see Gale a lot more in this movie. Well, in the beginning, maybe the first hour of the film. I still don't care about him.
Team Gale.
I still don't care about him. I cared more about Peeta in the first one. I care more about Peeta in this one. But yeah, Gale, she's a throwaway character to me. He's just like a poor man's Thor.
Aww.
I know.
Oh, we love the Aussies.
Yeah, but anywho, one thing that pissed me off, and I know pissed you off, was seeing, what's his name, Lenny Kravitz's character?
Lenny Kravitz's character. Okay, let's start at the beginning of the movie.
Well, you go ahead, dude. Yeah. My memory is like here and there and here and there.
Well, so this movie started off, okay, we all know that Katniss and Peeta won the Hunger Games in the last movie. So we're starting off, they're living in the richer side of where the victors win. We see that Katniss and Peeta's relationship is non-existent. They don't communicate. They don't speak. We see her and Gale has this little unspoken relationship. Mm-hmm. Even in the book, they never really said a title, but they just really implied that they're.
So I guess
together.
That's why I did not read the book. So I am not getting any backstory on the Gale and Katniss relationship, and I don't get it, and it doesn't make any sense to me, and it seems forced in the movie since I haven't read the book. So for me, it was just like, who is this guy? Who's this guy?
Why is he there?
Yeah, like, no, Peeta, get your chick. So that's how I felt about the relationship between it. Was to me,
because you're not team. You're not team Gale.
There's nothing about Gale from this movie that makes me want to, except when he got beat. That was strong. He took that whooping. So, but other than that...
Hard part to read and watch. Due to Katniss's rebellion against the Capitol that we saw in the first one, they decided to send a strike down. They put down the God of Hand on the districts now. So everything is completely stricter. We have the peacekeepers who are 10 times more evil.
Everyone has a curfew. They have to be in before dark. If they are caught after dark, they are shot on sight.
They get serious.
So they're just trying, the president... Snow, he feels a rebellion brewing because of Katniss and Peeta's defiance, which Katniss really wasn't trying to defy. She was just trying to survive.
Exactly.
she's just trying to survive. So he's putting more pressure on her than she knew, or than she wanted. But everyone's putting this pressure on her because she is a leader, and she doesn't want to be. So she's that reluctant leader, that reluctant savior, like they all are.
Definitely, good point. They do show a key plot. They show that when they're doing their tour, all of these districts are rebelling. So they are really holding, like you said, she's the reluctant leader, but they're holding her responsible for everything because now all the districts are rebelling, and they seem surprised because I don't understand why you send their kids to die. You didn't think they were going to rebel eventually?
And then what kind of tour is that? I killed your people from your district, and I have to go thank you for it.
It's like just rubbing it in their faces, just the capital being the capital, and trying to remind them that they are underneath their thumb. So they decide to throw a twist on things. We're going to put all of the winners, whoever won Hunger Games, in the reaping, and they are now going to be up for going to the next Hunger Games.
Because Snow's really just aiming for... they're trying to kill the victors, period.
Team kill Katniss.
Yep, kill Katniss.
He just wants to kill Katniss.
Mm-hmm. Wants to kill her.
Basically, so we get Katniss and Peeta, who are back into the Hunger Games ring. We get to meet all victors from all different other... we get to meet the victors from different districts.
When Peeta volunteered, I was like, Peeta, you're only going to slow Katniss down again.
Dude, Peeta thinks he's just the man.
I know, because he can throw a couple sacks of flour.
Right?
And all of a sudden...
But see, they probably already started concocting this plan, him and Haymitch, you know, so...
Oh, yes, I didn't read the book.
Yeah, well, you know, that wasn't even in the book. But, you know, thinking about it now, you know, like,
was
so...
they didn't tell Katniss.
Yeah, exactly. So,
okay.
So we get to we're at the games.
People.
Okay, we get to meet all these different victors from all these different districts. There was a highlight victor, which what was his name? Who played Finnick? Yeah, Finnick. Yes. Stand out. Yeah.
Probably I'm Team Finnick.
I can agree on that one.
This way, Team Finnick.
So Finnick. Great character. All of the characters actually that they introduced from the other districts were great, you know, and it all followed the book accordingly, all the extra characters and all of the settings. So we get to the Hunger Games, we're there, we have Katniss back in the ring.
The book, so the elderly chick, was she raised, oh boy?
Yes. Well, he was in the games when he was 14, and she was his mentor.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
So they became really, really close.
Okay, got it.
And it was so cute seeing him carry her around, just like, you know,
a Yoda backpack.
A little Yoda, yeah.
She
was just dangling around.
Why you fail.
Okay, sorry, but anyway, the games itself, we both agree it was very well done.
The games were great this time.
The game scene, great setting. It again, it followed the book exactly. We had a lot more fight scenes and a lot more fight for survivals. In the first Hunger Games, it was very drawn out between the deaths. Sorry, not that you're going for the deaths, but you're going for the deaths.
Yeah, they're knocking them out. Like
they were just like
first 3 minutes in the arena, it's like 5 of them gone.
It's exactly what a fight of champions would be. So you get to see, and they really did it heavy too. You get very surreal scenes that they put these people under. I mean, you can definitely tell they were out to kill them. If you want to see some good action and some out-of-the-box thinking as far as killing strategies, good job. Well done. How did it look from a first-time point of view, seeing that ring and how they put them in there?
Just hands down, it was way better than the first arena to me. The clock mechanism, how it's set, it's like a clock, and then old crazy lady was just tick-tock, tick-tock. That was interesting how they made it a clock. And so every hour, depending on what section you're in, something's going down. So that that was pretty awesome. I did enjoy that part of it. Enjoyed the killings. I mean, they got down to what? They got down to 5 or 6. I mean, swiftly.
Yeah, the careers were not playing.
Yeah.
They kept popping up. I mean, you had like acid, poison fog, crazy baboons, the flabberjays, the birds that were,
screaming.
Very torturous conditions they put them under in this movie.
Yeah, so then at the beginning we see Katniss was all torn and she keeps having these war dreams and wars, like things that trigger it. Yeah, things that trigger it. And then all of a sudden, a couple hours later, it's announced that she has to go back into the ring. So she's already, it's really messed up in there.
It's a lot for one girl, you know? It has to be. So we're in the games, awesome game scene, and here's how it all comes crashing down. Apparently there was a bunch of allies set up without Katniss knowing, and of course, because Katniss can't hold a secret, and she can't hold her temper, and she can't hold her emotions, and she's angry at everybody, which you just described, she has reason to be.
I just don't like her character for some reason. I don't know what it is.
She is very crybaby-ish, and
not even
she's just
that,
very angry all the time.
She's just too mad. And she never smiles unless it's fake. And it's like, I would love to see a real emotion across her face besides worry and stress. Everyone else seems to be okay with emoting some type of feelings. So, and then the whole, did she like Peter or not? What the fuck?
Yeah,
in the book,
she's
what does
just
it
kind
say
of
about
like
that?
it's exactly what you see is what you got. She never expressed any emotions towards Peter, but you know they're going through a lot together. You know, so all she can do is do
like
what feels comfortable.
Yeah, she's clinging
so
to
she
him.
kisses him, and she's overprotective over him. You know, it's like, is he your brother? Is he your
How are you
friend?
overprotective of him? You don't even talk to this fool outside of the games.
Because it's so awkward. You know, you don't want to piss Gail off, but then again, you know, you have a friend. You know, you guys went through a lot together.
He just seems to be quite understanding.
He completely understands, like he said, you saved my life, period, point blank. If we gotta pretend like we're married, whatever, you saved my life, you know? So.
Peter, though, that was funny. During one of the interviews when he says Katniss is with child, I must have cried. I must have laughed her ass off, like, kudos.
They tried to get the games
Kudos.
canceled
But they
by
always
pretending
said,
like she was pregnant.
I do remember from reading in the first book that he was very strategic in the hookup game. Pretty much most of it's always his idea of all these different steps.
And it worked.
Yeah. Well, it didn't work because they still had to do the Hunger Games. But I did like how all the interviews, all the other tributes said something negative because they were all trying to get them to cancel the Hunger Games this year.
Seriously, the worst bum deal ever. Fight for your life, kill everybody else. If you survive, you never have to do this again.
You're wealthy, you never have to do it again. And then 25 years later, you just might.
When you're an old man. Sight. See if you still got it in you against these young bucks. You know, so that was really crappy. But they, in the end, they formed allies. You know, they had a plan that we didn't even know about.
I didn't know about it at all.
Katniss was still unaware.
I thought Joanne was on one. I'm like, damn it.
You never know who's on your side. That's how it is. You never know
I did like Joanne's
who to
character.
trust.
I
did enjoy Joanne's character. She did a good job playing her too. I agree.
How was she in the book?
Exactly. I, again, think that this is a great adaptation of the book. Like, they did so good playing it. Exactly what you see is what you got. You know, I was waiting for the cheesy. Now, there were two parts, like I had mentioned, that they did not show in the movie that was in the book. In the book, they did show the gamekeeper placing a Mockingjay pin on Katniss earlier in the movie. So, we do know in the book that the gamekeeper is Team Mockingjay
until the end. Because I was like, this motherfucker.
And also introduced was early in the book. District 13 was introduced to us earlier in the book by two girls who were wandering through the woods searching for District 13 because they knew that it was still existent. So all we know now is that Katniss is now at the end of the book when she destroyed the game.
Destroyed that bitch.
Nice.
Way to go. Way to go. So, I guess everyone who was left survived. But Peeta's at the Capitol.
Peeta is captured.
Peeta's at the Capitol.
Who's not surprised?
So is her sister, right?
Joanne.
Oh,
no,
Joanne.
her sister's safe.
Okay.
But they have Joanne and Peeta. And they are now in this hovercraft that took them to District 13, which was this district that was kept secret. They get more into that in the third book.
Well, Snows tells Katniss when he came to her house to talk to her that District 13, like her district, could be an example of 13, just wiped off the map.
Completely wiped off the map.
So we find out at the end of the movie it has happened. There is no longer a District 12, but Gail was able to get her mom and her sister out safely. So now,
Sad.
yeah. So we see the fire in her eyes at the end, and so it's going down. It's going down.
Here we go.
Yeah, so
Districts versus the capitals. You know?
I want to get into real quick some of the things that made me sad. Senna. That was
Lenny
sad.
Kravitz.
Like right in front of her, they beat him terribly. Right in front of her, right before she was about to jettison into the arena. So that was kind of cold-hearted. So she had to go in with that heavy weighing on her heart.
Exactly.
To
Of course,
start the
blaming
games off.
herself.
Blaming herself. Yep. So, and then we got to when she traveled during her victory tour to District, what was it, District 3, where Rue was from?
Mm-hmm. I
Rue
think
and
it's 11.
Thrash?
Rue and Thrash are from 11.
So District 11, and then, you know, she, that's where we see the first hinklings of a rebellion when everybody does their little boom, and then the old man gets taken, and she has this big old speech about how her and Rue were friends, and she couldn't save her, and that kind of made me cry, because I did read the first book, and Rue's character, when she passed, that really made me cry. So it just, you know, put you back in that feeling, like, that's sad. The little girl was so cute.
When they remind you that what they're doing is monstrous.
Dude, the little girl, the kids, children's.
Babies.
So
Start at the age of 12?
those were, I think, the two things that kind of choked me up a little bit during the movie. I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, it definitely did a good job at making you feel for the characters. And exactly how they felt and exactly how they thought. It was really good. We both agreed this time that it was a very well movie.
Yes, I will buy this one. I will buy this one.
Great movie. Oh, great makeup. V. Neil.
V. Neil.
Amazing makeup. Costume, wardrobe. They did so good.
Katniss was beautiful. Her makeup, the dewiness of her face, and just the little designs and her eyeshadow.
Very intricate eyeshadow designs this time around.
Yeah.
A couple of times I had to look at the screen like, is that her? Is that really Jennifer? She looks amazing.
Good job. And Effie's makeup. Every time you see her on screen, she's got something different going on.
Yes.
And it was very elaborate and flamboyant.
Showstopper.
Yeah, so I can see probably a lot of Halloween costumes, a lot of drag queens doing
I would
Effie
love
costumes.
to do Effie one year. Great costumes.
Eyebrows or no eyebrows. It's awesome. But you can see that it is V. Neil because some of her looks had that Mad Hatter look to it. And she did the Mad Hatter from Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland. So you could kind of see her style. The style of makeup she does. So very great costumes, great makeup,
great acting.
Great acting. Had no problem with any of the special effects. The monkeys looked awesome. The
great fight scenes.
They weren't
again.
Monkeys. What are they? Baboons.
Baboons.
Yeah, the baboons were very scary. Very scary. So
good job. I mean, good job for the movie and good job on the book. I mean, if you like the first one, you know, you're definitely going to like this one. And apparently if you didn't like the first one, you're going to like this one.
Yes.
I mean, it's everything you got in the first one times 10.
I'm definitely going to see the next one with no fight. No fight.
We must know how this rebellion ends.
When she says we're going to Hunger Games coming out, I'm going to be like, I'm there. So...
That's the tribute.
Oh yeah, that was cute too. A few people in the movie theater did that. So I wonder if we went to a small town theater, so there wasn't many people in there. So I wonder if you went to a larger theater for the opening night, would there be a lot of people in the audience doing that?
There will now after seeing this one, because if you didn't believe in the districts before, you're definitely going to believe them when they rebel.
Yep.
And fighting, rebelling, if you definitely want to see them get their comeuppance and see how this whole shabam is about to go down, you know, definitely give the movie a shot. It's definitely worth watching. Guys and girls both will definitely enjoy this movie.
Quite enjoyed it. So is there anything else you'd like to add?
It's a good movie.
Oh, I'm going to give it a B. I'll give it a nice B.
Okay. Like, if it was, like, 5-star possible, I would give it 3.5 stars, almost 4. You know, only because it's just, I give the 4 or 5 stars to people who have original idea concepts, you know, and this is, yeah, you know, sequels, you know, they're good, because, look, this one kind of surpassed the first one, you know, but it's still, you know, a book adaptation, a great book adaptation, a great original idea. I really like the first one a lot. This one's good, too, so I give it, like, 3.5 stars.
Yep, so that will be our review for The Hunger Games Catching Fire, and this has been Afterthoughts with Shannon
and Marquita.
And please do not forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and we will be seeing you soon.
At the next movie premiere.
Which is what?
Good question. The next one we record.
See you soon. Bye.